Alright, so we're going to go over on how to get the Barrow-Dyad and its catalysts and its intrinsic perks. It is going to be kind of long video, so everything should be timestamped. I will say before we start, one of the steps or two steps is to get all of the worms from the nether, 10 ravenous and 10 um, tithing worms. I will say this before we start. I do not have videos of myself doing that, so I will have to link those videos that I would seem that are pretty good to look at and they're good to follow. I never recorded myself doing those really. I just did them without, preparing myself to make a video about that stuff. So I don't have it. I'll have information on how to find them and what to do, but I won't have an actual guide. But I have fragments. I have all the ways to get the callus and the way to get the gun, and we should be all good to go. All right, so everything could be unlocked since the start of Act 3, the very first day. You could get all catalysts, all fragment, all everything could be earned for this gun. It is quite tedious compared to the main complaint of old exotics from the other quests. You would have to run the exotic quest 4 times to get everything done. This, much more work. I'll be honest with you. It's a good gun, but I'm going to tell you this already. Here's a lot to do and more RNG, and it's a lot to talk about. So I don't want to waste too much time here at the beginning. A little bit disclaimer at the beginning here, but let's go ahead and start off with the very, very first things. The first thing is, in order, I'm pretty sure it's not. I can't. It's hard to confirm this stuff because we did it week by week. But to start the Barrow-Dyad quest, you have to go ahead and get to step 15 of Act 1 story. That is when we were able to see what we need to see in the nether in order to start this quest. Basically, I would say that's about, you would know you're done part step 15. It's when you go to your seasonal challenges, you can see about right here. Once you unlock this challenge, then you're good to go. This is finishing step part 2 of Act 1, which is step 15. Okay, this is when you know you can go ahead and get the gun. Okay, so first things first, you head to the nether, explore. So one of the main things that you'll see a lot in these guides is we all go to the same area, because I'll be honest with you, most guides only found this, right? There's a blight that you can find in any of the 3 areas you spawn in: Hollow Souls, the Mausoleum, or the Trenchway. And there's a blight in a certain area of that, and this one in Hollow Souls is located here where the Tormentor usually spawns. I can verbally say where the other ones can be. I'm pretty sure the Mausoleum one is close to the boss arena, and Trenchway is located, people have said, at the, when you spawn in, the very left side of the ship, of the outside, and the blights should be on the roof, basically, just like this one. So the reason why is because when you get near it, you will get low gravity towards it, and once you touch it, then you can go ahead and start the puzzle or the mechanics of this quest line. So very simply, when it comes to doing this rune thingy, it's very simple. All you do is just look at the rune, make sure it spawns in front of you, and you gotta walk in the direction that the arrow is pointing, that's on the floor. So right now, if you look at the floor, it's pointing to go forward, so you just walk forward. That's it. It's very simple mechanic, nothing complicated with it. All you do is just look at the arrow, look at the rune, and then look at the floor to see the direction. And see, that one was a bit buggy, as the example there is not great, but that's just how it works. Okay. And so once you pick up the rune, you head back to the slab. You get the exotic quest, which is the taken path. You have to go ahead and now equip the Scotopic Rune. The Scotopic Rune is going to be located in your Runic Enhancement. And this rune, you get to spend sigil runes to unlock it, which is like 200 or 150. And you're going to need to get to rep 4 in the resolve path. And the reason why is because every time you get rep, plus every +2 rep you get in your render, you get +1 level. And that thing costs 2 levels to equip. So you're going to go ahead and have to spend your runes and then buy that and then equip it. Once you have it equipped, you're going to go ahead and head to the moon and go to the moon lost sector in Souls Harbor. Now, very simply, just like I've said before with this rune thingy, once you have the rune equipped and there should be no enemies spawned, you should see the rune here. You want to stare at the rune, and then for this example, it wants you to walk backwards. So you look at the runes, the arrow's pointing backwards, and then you just walk backwards, basically. Now I did it so fast. This is just a video of me just doing it for the first time, but you don't need to turn around. You just gotta walk backwards. The examples are bad because this is me trying to solve it when I was doing it for the first time. But I'm telling you how it works. So all you do is just gotta beat the enemies in this room, and then you get to the end, and that's pretty much it for this one. Okay, everything, get the fragments, and then you're good to go. Now you're going to head to the Cosmodrome. You're going to head to the Forgotten Shores Lost Sector, which is the boat and all the way to the back. This one, people have, at the time, had trouble navigating because it's just like a maze. But for the most part, your first thing you're going to do is that, I mean, there shouldn't be any enemies spawned because, well, if everything's working, you have the Scotopic Rune equipped and everything, nothing should be spawned. And you're going to be going ahead and heading pretty much up until the blue room, the blue area. So as soon as you take a blue tint, you're heading the midway point of this labyrinth maze, right? So there's blue looking rocks over here, right? The Fountains thing, I forgot about that. That's when this came out, basically. So same thing. You're going to look straight at the rune and you're going to walk forward. You do this 3 times. So this one's that, and then you look at the rune, and then you look down. Okay, I want to go. It tells you in text as well, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter that much. Just look straight, and then you're gonna go left, and then this one, it wants you to look forward, and then you walk backwards, basically, and that's it. And all you need to do is just run through the dungeon backwards. You're just doing the the lost sector. I already forgot what this is called. The lost sector. So everything just respawning in now. You'll run through the lost sector as you would, but backwards. As long as you see enemies, then you're in the right place. So the way this works is that once you see this like wall here, you take a left. So it's a bit, I know I skipped a little bit of the video, but this one's that people always get confusing. You have to just go around this wall, and there's a path to the, instead of going straight forward, you just go left, and then you should be good to go and get the fragment, and then that's it. As long as you see enemies, that's the right direction. Alright, once you get the fragment, you're going to head back to the slab and do these curses. Curse of Endurance, Curse of Urgency, and Curse of Revenge. Okay? Doesn't matter what order you do it, but it's my order, yes. So heading to the moon, if you go to Souls Harbor, there should be this thing to pick up. You pick it up, and all you need to do is get kills with it. So you have 2 minutes to get all the kills. And eventually it'll tell you once it's filled up, you go back to the taken Blight, you deposit it, and then you're done for the curse. So all this one is, each of these curses are just like mechanics for the exotic mission, but other than that, it's pretty simple stuff. All you do is just go ahead and get kills with it. I would probably ignore the boss and just fill your bar with a thing, and you just head back, and you pop it in there, and then you're good to go for Curse of Endurance. For the next one, you're going to go and queue up Nightmare Hunt Pride. You should be able to queue it up in the directory on the moon, and this one you should kill the boss with it. That's it, I'm pretty sure. So the thing should be in the boss room, and all you do is gotta just use it and kill the boss, and then that's it pretty much. As long as you can refresh the timer if you kill ads, but yeah, other than that, you gotta just get the boss done basically. The last curse is in this lost sector. I already forgot which one this is. I'll probably tell me once I get in here. It's the one where the traveler piece is, whatever, in the sludge, right? So very simple. So it's pretty simple. It's called Curse of Urgency because you get a lot of time. This one people say you have to beat the lost sector. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but unless I'm wrong or maybe I don't know, but I just killed like 10 of them, and then, or like 20 or something, and then it just went back to the start. I think, I don't know, but for me that's how it worked. And yeah, just gotta get enough kills until you just head back, basically. That's it. Or you finish the lost sector with it. I don't know, that's just what happened to me. The next step, it wants you to go to the nether and find these statues. Now I'm gonna show you guys the Mausoleum one, and people said I did this by finding all three different ones, but you could just repeat the same one over and over again. So this is a location for Mausoleum. So you want to call a power, kill this wizard, and what you can do is just go back to orbit and just queue back in to privates and do Mausoleum again, and then just keep doing it over and over again. It's the easiest one, and yeah, it's right next to a spawn too, so it works for all of them. You just repeat. You can do the same statue unless they fixed it. I don't think they did fix it, but there's a statue in every single area, according, well, I would say trench, except for the newest area, obviously, but Mausoleum, Trenchway, Hollow Souls, and the Founts all has a statue. But you can just do the same one over and over again, as long as you go back to orbit and then just redo it again, basically. So nothing too complicated, but I think that's the main change of this video that I had before, is that you can just repeat it over and over again, the same statue, basically. But here's two locations if you want to do the Hollow Souls as well. It's right next to spawn, to the right side of it. And that's pretty much it. Once you get all those steps done, you can go ahead and now queue up for the exotic quest. Do you realize? I don't know how to pronounce it. But as much as I would like to go in full and talk about the exotic quests, I will say that there's already videos out there for those already, and I'll make this video way too much longer to just go over the exotic quest. So I will give you one important thing about it, I guess. I will say, I guess, after the first boss, you have this little puzzle thingy. It's the way it works is that there's an order. It shows you if you get the correct symbol, it disappears. So with a timer on the left side, reality tears. You have to wait for that. You can't get the symbol you input. If it's the wrong symbol, you have to wait for the timer to go to 0 to put you to the next one. So you have to not do anything for 10 seconds, and once it goes back to the beginning, you step on the plate again. But all you do is just put the symbols in the correct order, but you have to just skip the ones that are not real. All right, so after finishing the exotic mission, you'll get this spine, and this is for the intrinsic perks, panic response 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's what it is. Okay, and so with that being said, we can go ahead and talk about intrinsic perks now. So once you got the exotic, is done. That's it. GG's. Got the exotic. Now we have to work on getting everything else. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head back to the slab. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a Dyadic Ascension. And Dyadic Ascension is gonna have some requirements here that might be a little bit confusing. So first step is we'll go ahead and find 6 fragments in the nether. Take in osseous fragments. So I have locations here, so I'm gonna show you guys right now where they are in one area. There's 6 in each area. Well, 6 in the main 3 areas. So Trenchway, Mausoleum, and Hollow Souls. Those are the 6 areas. The 3 areas that has the 6 fragments. You need 18 in total to finish this quest. So here we go. So here are the Mausoleum fragments here. Now, I will tell you this. The video I'm about to show you is that I do pick them up, but also they're not in the best order for Mausoleum. But hey, I'll show them all anyways. I'll say this: if you want to look for them yourself without a video, they're not that bad to find. The way to find them is that they pop up on your radar on the top left, and when you're close to it, it'll have a way marker on your radar, and if you're below it or above it, then you will see that if you're below it or above it, basically. So you can see how with a way marker right there, you can see it right there, all good to go. Okay, and then we have the next one here. Like I said, this order is really bad, trust me. I did not do a good job showcasing this when I first made this video, and I wish there was a way to, like, I mean, if I was smart, I would obviously care enough to do it better when I'm finding it for the first time. But I honestly, when I first saw that there's like 50 different collectibles, I'm like, bro, I ain't counting these. I ain't. There's no way I'm keeping track of 50 collectibles. I think I only kept track of 24 or 26 or whatever. So I did like, is that 50? It is like 50. Yeah, I know. I've got like 30, I think, recorded, but yeah, it's whatever. Anyways, then we have the last three. Yeah, I didn't do a good job, but from there, I mean, we're just doing a loop back basically. So there's one all the way over here behind spawn, and then we have one in the boss room. I didn't pick these up because I was, yeah, but I'm not gonna explain it. This is all I already picked them up already from in the future. This is past me of picking these up. I don't want to explain it. I mean, we have time to explain it. It's just taking a bit of time to get there, but because this quest, Dyadic Ascension, it wasn't possible to finish it when we first got it. We had to wait for Act 2 to come out because you needed rank 12 to finish this, which I'm going to explain it, obviously once we get there, but we needed to get to rank 12 to finish this quest. All right, so this is the last one for 6, and the max rank was 10 at the time. So there's the 6 fragments there. Now we're gonna go ahead and head over to what is this? Hall of Souls. Now I'm gonna tell you this already. You just all you need to do is just leave, and once you get to 6, just go back and explore again, and you'll be good to go. You know what I mean? Just straight up leave and come back. Makes things easy. So you don't actually do it. But I mean, I would say that. I mean, I do say that, but man, at the end of the day, you need rep though. You do need rep, in order to do a lot of stuff for this guy. I mean, I don't say you need max rank. You do need at least, I think it's 12 max rank to get all the callus done. I mean, we're gonna go over that later, but so that's why I said earlier in the video, this is a long string of content, of things to do, instead of it being, play the exotic mission 4 times, which is very easy to do, but you can finish that in one day, while this one took quite a bit of time, as you can tell. And once you collect 6 in total, actually, you get the panic response too. But anyway, so that is, I think, number 3. And then number 4, we have in one of these 3 rooms. Not in this room. What is this video? What am I looking? Oh, yeah, it's under the bridge here. That's right. In this room, there's only 3 rooms. There's only 3 rooms. In the Trenchway. Oh, not Trenchway. God, in Hall of Souls. So it's not like skipping through the video isn't that crazy. It's like this bluish, whitish room, and then there's a green room, and then there's the red room. So as long as you know the colors of the room, it ain't that bad. And from the exit of that room, they have this same color room. That's like a transition room to another area. There's gonna be a fragment in between these pillars over here. I don't know why I'm picking up all the while. What is this video? When did I make this video? It's like I'm saying so much extra stuff while showing this. I don't remember what I was saying before. Who even knows at this point? I'm just reusing this content because, well, why not? It makes life easier. Now we're in the green room, and we're exiting the green room. One of the exits for the green room. And there's gonna be one under that, and I will say that most of the fragments for Hall of Souls are under the platforms. I would say a good chunk of them, also the worms as well. A chunk of the worms and the Hall of Souls are under the map. I think that's all of them. I'm pretty sure. Now we have the Trenchway. Trenchway should be a little bit more streamlined, I'm pretty sure, when it comes to picking them up or showing a route for them. So luckily for you guys, if you're watching this video and you're listening to what I'm saying, yeah, the first two not so great. I mean, it shows everything, which is great and all, but I mean, it's whatever at this point. So Trenchway is a bit easier to manage with their with the locations of these fragments. They're very very half of it on one side of the ship and other half on the other side, basically. So you can see this one up there. Climb up here. If I can jump. Warlock jumps, you know how it is. Almost embarrassed myself again with that one. Alright, and then back at spawn here, or you could just go from... Now we're going to the other side of the map now. And once you get 12, but you get all 8, you can get all 18. It's retroactive. Don't worry about it breaking or bugging. You just get all 18. There's no real reason not to get all 18. And so once you get these last 3 here, or once you get 12, you get panic response 3. No, you don't. Yes, you do. You get panic response 3. The next step after this. I mean, there's no point saying it into the video until we show everything. I'm not gonna say it. There's no point. I'm just gonna let this play through, and we're almost done anyways. I think is this the 5th one? I think in Trenchway. Number 5 is up here. Also, a worm spawns there as well. There should be a worm back there if there's anything, and any constellation of knowing that there's one there at some point. That's number 5 for Trenchway, and then the very last one is where you can spawn the secret ogre, which is important for the future of this video. We're 20 minutes in already, which is pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. But I'll say we're halfway done with all this crap. Anyways, so here's the last one next to this rock over here. Okay, and that is all 12 or all 18 there. So when you pick up all 18 or 12 at least, you'll get the panic response 3. And now we're going to get Moment of Clarity. So Moment of Clarity is an upgrade in Path of Resolve. Resolve. And it is this upgrade right here. Path of Clarity? Moment of Clarity. This one right here. And this right here is being rank 12 in the Path Master Resolve vendor. Okay. Now, okay. How do I explain this? So there's a couple ways to increase your rep. Now, this is going to be a large tangent here, but I'm going to try to help you guys in getting rep here. So there's three strats. One is the basic strat of just playing the game, playing Nether, playing Quarter Blades if you have that unlocked, and I would say, because if you're a title, if you're trying to earn the title for this episode, Heresy, the Heretic title, you need to play Nether, you need to play Quarter Blades. So I would recommend to probably start grinding and getting those triumphs done and then start doing the cheese grinding. Okay. Now, another way to get rep is that you can do the full story on a character, and doing the story gets you rep over time. People have recommended that you could just do another character and play, and you'll get rep doing story on that. And it gives a decent chunk as well, apparently. So you could just redo the story again on a different character, and you'll get rep for that. And that may also help in progressing other triumphs as well. So that will also benefit you, and also unlock everything else for that character if you want to ever log on to it. There's 100 days of this episode left. And then there is the other strat of using the Heresy armor, the Apostate's Blade armor. And when you equip the armor, it gives you increases the drop rate of the sigil stones by 10% for each armor. And what that means is that, you know how whenever you kill an enemy, it'll drop a taken orb. You shoot it and you pick it up. That gives you about like 15 rep when you do that, or 10. But you can increase your rep gains if you get to rank 158 to get 20%. But of course, you get them from before that as well. It's like I don't know. It's in the season pass. If you have, you can get 20% extra if you get to 158. So there's that, and then like it increases those orbs as well. And people like to farm, I don't know, Sorrow's Harbor, and if infinite enemy spawns, so people put the armor on, and they're just gonna go ahead and grind, the activity, and then get the orbs to shoot them, and that's pretty much how people grind rep as well. Or the last one, which is like, I would say, the more, I say end game, but the more of like, if you have nothing else to grind for and you just want to get it over with, the way the strat is to do the Nether Essentia grind. So what you do, you need to equip this rune right here. Which one is it? This one right here, Essentia rune. You retain a small portion of metastasia, whatever, Essentia, on failure. So the way Essentias work in the Nether is that you pick them up in the Nether, but you don't keep them until you finish the encounter, right? So the first encounter is you pick up 2 and you get 2. If you do the second encounter, you get 4, and the last encounter you get another 4, and that's 10. If you pick up all Essentia for the entire run, you get 10 Essentia back, right? But with this rune here, what you can do is that you can go and spawn into some random area, have the wombo detector on. You can equip a sniper rifle, aim down the scope, equip an eager edge sword, and you look for the symbol for resource. You pick up the 1 Essentia, and all you gotta do is just hold down your directory like this, tab over destinations, last city, and then just queue it up right there, and then you go back into it, and that will give you a free Essentia, because when you leave, you lose Essentia that you picked up, right? But with the rune, you get half of it back. But considerably, you pick up 1, it's already half. They round it up, you know what I mean? So you get +1, and that only takes about, depending on your computer or your console, if you have an SSD, that each time you get 1, it's about a minute it takes. So it takes about, like, I would say for me, 20 seconds to load in, and then to pick it up, like 40 seconds, and then you just queue it again and just rinse and repeat. You can only hold 150 in total of Essentia in your inventory. And so what you do with that, after that, you would go to the Taken Altar, and each time you put a 10 in, you get about 200 or 220 if you have 20% increase, and that it takes about 1,000 rep to rank up until rank 10, and then rank 12, or rank 10 to rank 12 is 1,250 rep to rank up 1 time. So it isn't that bad. So there's many strats you could do. Of course, if you're doing nether grind, you can also pick up the sigil stones as well, and then picking up the thing. I don't know. Look, there's a lot of stuff you could do. For me, I just play the game for ranks 1 to 10 and 12. I just grinded nether by picking up 10 per run, and then after that, when it's a grind to 12 to 15, I just did the Essentia grind, because I did it before Act 3 started, so I was already maxed out, so I didn't really have a reason to grind anything, and also it was also Guardian games, and I was like, do I guild Guardian games title? All I needed was to deposit Guardian game medals in the thing. And so what I did was that I picked up the Platinum medal for doing high ranked seasonal missions, which I loaded into Private Expert, and I would pick up Essentia, and then I would just kill enough to get the bounty done, then I'll just exit out. And that's all I did pretty much. And then I got that done, and I got a bunch of Essentia as well while doing that. It took like 2 minutes to do each time. And so once you get that done, rank 12, you should have picked up all 18 already, so you should get Panic Response 3 intrinsic perk. Now Let me see how this works. So the last intrinsic is going to be Panic Response 5. Like I said, this is very hard to pinpoint once we've done this week by week. We got the quest is going to be called Dyadic Perfection, and we got that at the start of Act 3. So when Act 3 started, so I would assume to get the final treasure perk, you have to finish all of Act 2, and then once you get and you first pick up Act 3, which is called Cross Blades. Well, not pick it up, but it should be at the slab. If it appears before that, then cool. If not, you have to go ahead and pick it up after you finish Act 2 story quest, and then you get Dyadic Ascension, Dyadic Perfection. And so, with that being said, when you do the second step of Act 3, you unlock Sunless Cell, which is a new strike for Act 3. You can go ahead and find the 6 fragments inside of the strike, which is very easy to find, very, very, very straightforward. I will say this though, while doing the strike, you should probably do and use Barrow-Dyad as well. The only reason why I say that is because you do need to get one of the catalysts by using Barrow-Dyad and finishing the strike. You could do both at the same time. I'm not sure how it works because I'm telling you this now, which is kind of bad to say that because it's going to be out of order, but I'll just say it anyways. But it does give you a catalyst. I'm not sure. I've never actually would attempt or seen, or I wouldn't even know if it would work if you did it out of order. I mean, there's no order for the catalyst, but I don't really know how it works, to be honest. But if you're doing the intrinsic perks or intrinsics, and you haven't got the catalyst yet, then I would say use Barrow-Dyad while doing the strike for the first time and finishing it with it equipped. Okay, now we just saw that we picked up 2 fragments at the beginning there before we entered the fonts, one right before the fonts and one inside the beginning of the fonts, and then we have another one coming up here right before. Instead of going to the right side, you're going to go ahead and take a left or head left. You're going to be behind these broken pillars here. You're going to find a fragment here. Like I said, these 6 fragments here is for Panic Response 5 intrinsic. This is the last one for Barrow-Dyad. These intrinsics, they make the perk better, and also number 5 increases the stats of Barrow-Dyad. Basically, once you click up all 6, it just finishes the quest. That's it. So very simple stuff. Follow the video or use the radar, which tells you where to go. Kinda. I mean, this one's under the map with some visible platforms in the asylum. This is number 5, I'm pretty sure. And then number 6 is after the asylum part and after the taken ogre. There's a taken ogre behind a door. You kill the ogre, and then you're into the next transition part or traversal part, which is the area before the Shrieker area with a bunch of Shriekers and the taken warden. Right, and you kill the taken warden to progress. That is the area. This is the area before that. You're gonna head to the tunnel here. And you're gonna go ahead and find the last and 6th fragment, and that's it. That gives you Panic Response 5, and that is all the interesting perks for the gun. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the catalysts, the fun stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the first catalyst. Right, so the first catalyst that we can unlock or try to get it is by equipping Barrow-Dyad, and that's gonna be a theme for most catalysts. You're going to be using Barrow-Dyad in certain activities and areas to unlock catalysts. And so the first one we're going to do is Quarter Blades Expert. So you have to finish Quarter Blade Expert, and once if you have Barrow-Dyad equipped, when you open the chest at the end, you'll go ahead and get the first catalyst. Or better to say, the spine, not the actual catalyst. You get the spine first, which is the quest, obviously. Other than that, this is the first step in starting and getting the catalyst. So once you get the spine, you're going to head back to the slab, and the slab will give you the first exotic quest. It wants you to go ahead and get 3 resolve upgrades. And what that means is that the 3 upgrades are located here. So when you head to the slab on Path of Resolve, the 3 upgrades are these ones. Steel Nerves, Unbreakable Will, and Moment of Clarity. If you did the intrinsic perks and you got to rank 12, then this should be auto-completed. As long as you're rank 12 in total, this is gonna complete for you, and all you have to do is the last step, which is complete a quarter blades activity on expert difficulty using only precision damage weapons, so scout rifles, linear fusion rifles, or sniper rifles, as well as Barrow-Dyad equipped. So you're gonna equip Barrow-Dyad, and you're gonna go ahead and just equip any scout rifle, right? Any sniper rifle, or a linear fusion rifle. So linear, I don't know, some sort of sniper or whatever you have. And so the one thing about quarter blades, now of course it's not match make. You can't just just queue it up, right? And find people. Like expert is not match make. Matchmaking is off. You can find people easily. Search. People are doing it, of course. And it's very easy to do. Of course, I say easy, but it changes weekly, the type of it. And there's one that's Lucent Hive. That one's very scary. I would avoid trying to do it on that week, but what can you do? Okay. But with that being said, there's no fail state for quarter blades. Once the timer reaches, there's a timer of 10 minutes. Once it reaches 0, it just once if you're in the first boss area and you finish that boss area, the timer being 0, the activity ends. Right? You don't have to progress. You can just AFK for 10 minutes and then just kill the boss. And an expert and how quarter blades works is that the further you get, the harder it gets. But if you're just AFK in the first boss room, it should be very easy to do and very simple to do. So all you do is just AFK for 10 minutes and then just finish the first encounter with all those guns equipped, and then just get the chest at the end, and then you got the catalyst at the end, basically. And just like that, open the chest, and then you're good to go. Not even the chest, it's just the activity completion. High impact reserves is the first one. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the second catalyst for this gun. All right, catalyst 3. I'm going to show you guys the location of where to start it, but I will explain if you're lacking the tithing for it, if you're not worthy for it, which I'll show you guys what you need to do for that. It's pretty simple stuff, to be honest with you. But I will say that you might need to progress Act 2 story. I think I kind of missed as well. You have to progress kind of Act 2 story for the second catalyst as well. Or the first catalyst. I don't remember what catalyst we're saying. Oh, it's the first catalyst, yeah. You might need to progress Act 2. I already forgot about that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much. Anyway, just progress the story. Just finish the story at this point and then get to do everything. So this is the area you need to go to for the second catalyst. If it says you're not worthy, so here are the steps you need to do to become worthy. So in order to become worthy, you do the 3 secrets that are found in the 3 main areas: Trenchway, Mausoleum, and Hall of Souls. So the Trenchway secret is the one with the ogre all the way on the right side of the map. So you're going to just traverse yourself all the way over here. And these drop an item. These drop a Coalescence pyramid thing. I don't know what it's called, man. They drop, and honestly, they don't even tell you what the hell they're supposed to be. But it's needed for these secrets, apparently. It's whatever, okay? So investigate. Now, I will say before we start this again, if you're watching this, and I hope you're listening to this, these secrets are they're random. So they may not be interactable. So you might see that not investigate. But good thing is that Trenchway and all the ones you just rejoin and just get it and reorbit again and get to it again. Light up the 3 Blaziers, and then they'll spawn and you take an ogre, kill the ogre, open the chest, and it'll drop you a Coalescence. And that is needed for one step of your way for this tithing worthy here. Because open the chest, get the thing. You won't see it here because I'm already just repeating it here for you guys. All right, for Hall of Souls here, located this is next to the green room. This is the green room. The green room for Hall of Souls. There's only 3 rooms in total. You're gonna find the ravenous, what are these called? Thrall, basically. These guys, he may be spawned there or may not be. As I said, it's random. But it's a good thing you can just transmat and orbit back in, whatever. So you're gonna let the ravenous thrall follow you until this area under this platform, and let it eat these worms here. Once it eats the worms here, it will go ahead and transform into an acolyte. Now you're gonna go ahead and lead the acolyte to the next area. So probably just shoot it at one time to get his attention. The glaive part of it, you don't have to use a glaive, but I just happen to be using one. But I mean, it's kind of useful because they will shoot you, so you can just block the damage or use a sword, whatever, either or. So you could probably just go ahead of it pretty far. I think I'll follow you mostly. The AI is not that bad in this sense, I would say. And once you lead it to this corner over here, it'll eat the worms. And you can go ahead and kill the knight, the shield bearer knight, whatever it's called. Until it spawns a chest for me, I just killed it. But then I think it didn't really trigger the chest, but it'll just respawn again. No big deal. But as long as you open the chest, it will drop. I think the chest drops it. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that is that for this one, and then the one in Mausoleum. The secret in Mausoleum is the one in the boss room. I would recommend you can go this before the boss or after the boss, up to you. You're gonna go ahead and shoot the four taken orbs, and they'll spawn in a dire phalanx. So one above the spawn area or the boss end area, chest area. One behind in this corner over here. Kill the phalanx. It doesn't matter what order, any order you want. And you're gonna go ahead to this hanging one, or this tentacle. And that will spawn in, and then you're gonna go ahead and head back and almost to the frontier. To the left, top left, there should be another hanging cabal. Is it kind of no, just another blight pretty much. And once you kill the 4 there, and that should be enough to open up the door now. So once worthy, you can open the door. I can say this though, that if you're playing with other people, they can open it for you, but this one's not that hard. The other one might be a little bit difficult. Anyway, so you open the chest, and I'll give you the spine, basically, which is the same thing you got for the first catalyst. You pick up the spine, and you head back to the slab, pick up the next quest. All right, the Coalescence of Sorrow. Okay, it's whatever. And this gives you ritual potency, which gives you more charges in the thing. It's very nice. And Alex probably talk about that in another video, but very nice to have. Okay. All right, and similar to the second or first catalyst for high impact rounds or reserves, you have to go ahead and get the Path of Resolve or Path of Ambition. I always get confused every time, and get to rank 12 as well. So you get all 3 upgrades. So I already explained the rep grind. You can go back in the video. It's already timestamped. It's probably gonna be called rep grind or how to grind rep. Just watch that, and you're gonna get this rep, because both of these vendors are they're both different. So like I didn't really explain this part because it's a bit confusing, but there's 2 different vendors. Eventually during Act 2 you find this worm. Oh god, this is actually important. I forgot about this part. Oh god, I'll do it later. I think there's a worm you pick up under the bridge in Act 2 story, during the story, but you once you unlock Quarter Blade, there's a worm under the bridge. Pick it up, and you do a quest for Path of Ambition. I guess that is important, and that is needed for this. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, we'll see. Let me see. So during Quarter Blades, there's going to be, or Nether, either or, it's the same area. Should be a worm here. Pick up the worm, and this is needed for the catalyst technically, and just in general, you need it for just the game itself. But you do need a writ of Path of Ambition, and then you should be able to do a mission for it, and then you finish the mission, and it should unlock it by finishing it. So once you finish it, you should unlock both different paths, and each path has their own rep system, and so you have to grind Path of Ambition vendor to finish second calendars, or not, well, max it out, but get to rank 12, which is quite a bit. And these you can keep ranking these up though. So there's that. Like I said, you can watch the past video, or the past timestamp. You can look and kind of get the sense of my explanation of how to grind rep in this god-forsaken vendor. That's not that. I make it sound like it's bad. It's not that bad. It's pretty easy to do. They're pretty quick. I'll be honest with you. Didn't take that long. I mean, I do enjoy playing Nether a lot, so it's not that bad. Anyway, so that is that. Once you get to rank 12 and get the 3 upgrades, you claim them at the vendor. So I'd say up until, what is this? Sumptuous Repast, whatever it's called. So once you get that upgrade, then you're going to get the next step, which is, I already forgot. Complete Nether on expert difficulty using a machine gun, submachine gun, I think it's glaive, and Barrow-Dyad equipped. So as long as you have those equipped, you run expert, which is very easy to do expert as long as you have upgrades for it. Honestly, I soloed it one time, but you could just find a party pretty easily. And not so machine gun. It's shotgun, glaive, and sword. That's right. That's what that was. And then Barrow-Dyad expert nether, which is it's very easy to do. I think people running it. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna go click on this real quick. So go to expert, find, search. People are doing it. Looks pretty simple. If you have the runic upgrades for it, and you have, I don't know, like these scrolls for it. So these runic upgrades, I have a lot, but the good ones for nether is this one's okay for you. This one, I don't even know if it works or not. This is so healing rune is very good to get. I recommend that one, and this one too. So recuperation rune and healing rune, if you have those are good. Revive one's good if you die. The rest is okay. I just have it because I just can't afford it. But other than that, yeah, it's good. Those are good runes. And then if you have any of these scrolls here, I have it all done now, 100%. These scrolls and others, if you have the upgraded, these make it so much easier to run. But anyways, but expert nether is easy. So make sure you have Barrow-Dyad equipped, shotgun, glaive, or sword, and you're good to go, honestly. And it's just you. Other people in the fire team doesn't have to have them equipped. As long as you have it done, you get the hatchling exotic catalyst. And that's for number 2. Now number 3. Alright, as kind of said already earlier in the video, to unlock the catalyst, the third one, or the spine, you have to go ahead and do the sunless strike with the Barrow-Dyad equipped. So as long as you finish the strike, the new one, in Act 3, so start Act 3 quests, or start Act 3, the story quests, you'll unlock the sunless cell strike, and yeah, that's it pretty much. That's how you unlock it. And so the next step, this is where I said at the very beginning of the video, it's almost been an hour of this video, I do not have footage of all the worms. So I'll link a worm footage of the worms, of where they all are. I will explain this though, worm info. If you want to look for them yourself, there is 2 worms per area. There's 5 areas in total. There's Mausoleum, Trenchway, Hollow Souls, the Founts, whatever, and Fall Breach. Now, Trenchway, Mausoleum, and Hollow Souls can be transmed, and so if you just queue up nether, you can spawn in any of the 3. The Founts and Hollow Breach has to be traversed too. So you have to finish the first encounter, and there's a chance that you will get either the other 4. So you have a 1 in 4 chance to get whatever you haven't done. And then if you do the second encounter, then you have a 1 in 3 chance to get the Founts or the Hollow Breach or whatever. Now I know there's a oob you can do. You can go out of bounds to go to Hollow Breach without worrying about the RNG for it. I will say that I don't know if that's spawn secrets, but that's used for other stuff, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong, but whatever. I mean, I'll probably link a video to it if it's easy. I never did it. I just do RNG for it. And so with that being said, there's 2 in each area. And the way it works, there's 20 worms in total. For both of these quests, for the 4th catalyst and the 3rd catalyst, you need all 10 worms. What that really means is that there is 10 per path. So when you change your path, you have the Path of Resolve, the Resolute collection, and you have Ambitious Collector. So these right here is your tracker of how much worms you have collected. So 10 here for Path of Resolve and 10 here for Ambition. Path of Ambition. If you're playing a Path of Resolve, you're going to only see ravenous worms. If you're playing path of ambition, you're gonna find tithing worms. Okay, those are the two differences. So you have to rerun a lot. This is where the RNG happens here. But the way to find worms without a video, similar to the osseous fragments you would find in the other areas, the 6 in the areas, you will have your radar. It will have your waypoints once you're near it. If you're below it, it'll put you an up arrow. If you're above it, it'll put a down arrow. It's not that bad to find. 2 per area, you have to progress. It's not that bad, but if you want to watch a video, I'll link the videos. I wish I had videos, but I just never recorded myself doing them correctly. So there's that. Okay, so that's the best I could explain it. You're going to need for this catalyst, the third catalyst, you need to get 10 of the ambition one, but of course for the 4th one, which is available today as well, or out as well, you can get the other one as well. So you can get all of them if you want to. No big deal. Okay, so with that being said, that information, once you get the 10 tithing worms, you can go ahead and do its final step, which is very simple. All you need to do is go ahead and do Sunless Cell Strike again with only using Barrow-Dyad, a submachine gun, auto rifle, or machine gun. That's all you need to do. Very simple. Once you do the strike again with that loadout, so I just use Barrow-Dyad. I use a submachine gun as my secondary and machine gun as my heavy. Claim the chest at the end or activity completion, and you'll get the one for all catalyst. That's it. Very simple to do. The first step or the first step again, the worms, maybe a bit difficult if you're behind on it, but most people who were caught up with it had 8 already. So we're only missing 2, which we only need to get the last area, which is the Hull Breach area. All right, with the progression of Act 3, Part 1 finished, I would not finish it, but progress it. The Act 3 story. You're gonna go ahead and you have to get to the newest area, which is Hull Breach, which is a random chance. People have, the out of bounds thingy, whatever. I just played Nether and hope to get it, I would say. So heading towards this area over here, we have this Zivora, I don't know, boss type enemy, not actual Zivora, but around this area on the facing outwards to the space. It's on the left side of the map. You're gonna head into this tunnel. Now, I'm gonna show you guys and explain how to unlock this door, which is needed to get the 4th catalyst spine. So the door over here, it will say you're worthy or not worthy, which is Crossblades Tithe worthy. If you're lacking, here's what you need to do. So similar to the 2nd catalyst, you have to do 2 secrets and a quest from the Act 3 story. So the first secret, which you could save it for last because you have to head here anyways, but I'll show you guys anyways. This is the one secret in the Hull, what's it called, Hull Breach. It is a like I said earlier, it is a random chance for these secrets to spawn, so this might not be here, and it's also annoying to get here as well. Also the same, I think, for the other secret as well. So Hull Bridge secret, you're gonna head over to the Tolan Orb next to this banner over here on the outer skirts of Hull Breach. This banner will have a Tolan Orb. If you were interactive it and you scan it, a taken phalanx will spawn as a phalanx, or just a Centaurian, whatever, will spawn the Skyburner's Grudge. And once you kill Skyburner's Grudge, it doesn't really say anything, to be honest with you, but a chest icon does appear now underneath you, and you now can open up the gate below this area, and this is it. This is the secret, and it'll drop what we need, which is the what's it called? I mean, we'll see it. I already forgot already. It is called the Coalescence of the Knife. So this is what we need. The first one. Second one, no order though. So in the Founts, so 2 areas that you need to be random as well. And also, this is also may not be here as well. So you have the double RNG for this last catalyst here. You'll do this secret as well. So in the Founts, you'll do the Hive or the Thrall Maze looking thing. So this is the start area. You're gonna take a left from the starting area into this area over here, and there should be a rune on a pillar. It's only in this room the rune is random. It could be on any of these pillars here. It could be in the pillar here. It could be the pillar behind me or the one in front of me. And it should open this door. Now I'm going to head in this maze here, which apparently is random. We're going to have to find an end, basically. And so, that being said, yeah, once you finish this maze here, you will go ahead and you'll be able to just get the coalescence of the knife, pretty much. And that's it, pretty much. Just gotta find. I think it's random. But just gotta look for the taken orb and then shoot it, and it will spawn a chest. And then you pick up the chest, and that will give you the item, coalescence of the knife. And the last one, like I said, the last one is when we do Act 3, you get 6 missions. And you need to do 4 of them to progress the story. And so the one we're at the finish is get sword kills and glaive kills on Taken anywhere in the solar system, right? So you go to any farming area, or Nether has some Taken here and there. But get sword kills or glaive kill. Glaive is obviously better because it's unlimited. The melees count as kills, so no ammo needed. And once you finish the quest for this catalyst here, or for not the catalyst, for this mission, you will go ahead and get the knife. And there we go. So once you finish Dossier, Blade Logic, you'll get the last knife. You can go ahead and get lucky and hope to get or go out of bounds. I don't know what I said. I don't know. I've never done it before. Go out of bounds and get the hull breach area. So there's that. For me, if you're doing it legit, I just farm Mausoleum, and hopefully the 1 in 3 chances that the next area is a hull breach, it's not that bad. It's very fast clears. Anyways, once you're worthy, you can now go ahead and open up this area, open the chest, and you'll get the last spine, which is for the catalyst there. Okay, so open the loot, get the loot, and you're good to go. We have the warped osseous spine, and like I've said earlier already, the spine, the first step wants you to get the 10 ravenous worms. I don't have all the videos or a video of the worm locations, of course, so all I could tell you is that I will link one in the description. You gotta make sure you're playing on Path of Resolve to find the 10 worms in all the areas, so 2 in each area. And yeah, so once you do that part, step 1, all 10 worms, you're good to go to finish the last step, which is do the exotic mission. Do the exotic mission with Barrow-Dyad equipped. That's it, pretty much. Once you finish the exotic mission again with Barrow-Dyad equipped, you get the last catalyst, which is target lock. And just like that, once you get the activity completion, you got the final catalyst, which is, like I said, target lock. And that's it. That should be everything of this gun. So let's go ahead and head to the Enclave real quick. And if you don't know, there's side quests. There's the ones we get from Act 3. What's it called? It's called Mission Dossier Blade Logic. All the catalysts are done. The secrets, this is good. Also get this triumph here, which gets us a new ship. I like this ship a lot, but I need to room. Get this. Oh, it's on a legendary ship, which doesn't really matter that much, but hey, you know. There we go. We get the Ruinous Flame ship from Warmind. I feel like I own the ship already. There's no way, right? I don't know why they give us. I mean, is this new? What is this? Looks cool though, I guess. I never owned it, I guess, technically. I know my partner owned it. Anyway, so that gives us that ship. Getting all those quests done, which I didn't talk about it in this video. But anyway, so there's that. Let's go to the Enclave here and you know, show what we can do. Before there is the intrinsic, or not intrinsic perk, there is the divergence perk on it. Before you, depending what path you had, which was either Path of Resolve or Path of Ambition, it would change the gun. Path of Resolve is for multi-targets, and Path of Ambition is for single targets. They did a change in Act 3 because it's future-proofing the gun, because once this episode is over, that quest is gone. So you can now just, it's permanently, you don't use the system anymore. It's permanently baked in to the crafting of the gun now, so you can just swap over permanently to one of the paths, and that's pretty much it. So we can see here some machine guns, Barrow-Dyad. We can see now we have pattern response 5, and then we can see all the catalysts here, and then we can change divergence to either be resolution or ambition. I wonder if okay, it fully replaces it. Yeah, you know, I mean, I like ambition more, but I guess if you just make a fresh one, I wonder how that works actually. I wonder, we just had one where it was by default that one, but best to just change it now at this point, you know. Let's see. So you see how much buffs, how much stats it gives it by having 5 right there. That's why 5 is important. Okay, you can't just pick that one anymore. Well, too bad, I guess. Too bad. Did I ruin it? Probably not. It was on Path of Ambition by default anyways, so it's kind of cool, but we'll change it anyways. Okay, that's it. That's the video. 1 hour long. Sounds about right. There's a lot to talk about, not to show, I guess. Yes, everything should be timestamped, and hopefully I didn't mess up that much, but I think that's everything that I know. It's a very convoluted to be honest with you, but hopefully it's enough to follow along, and you know, hopefully it's good enough. I don't know. Anyways, there we go.